Yamaha camp is concerned, and the one scary thing about this place is that every major manufacturers are here at trackside. If you think you're under pressure at the Japanese Grand Prix,
the garages are all full of very important looking people.
Do you know what? I made a note last year, his second birthday.
Oh, there you go.
Today, because you wished him well last year. I remember that particularly. Rabat should have been starting from because he used all his 7 engines before we ran out of time. So he basically, his penalty was to start from pit lane. But he's decided hand hurts too much after he clouted it, so he's not going to use it. He's not going to go, and I'm still trying to work it out though. I've looked through that rule book twice and still can't get to it. Points for the best qualifying positions, unsurprisingly. The 2 Sepang International Circuit bikes are alongside 71.59 miles. The Moto Grand Prix of Japan is go. Of the Honda has looked really good from Marquez. Yamaha's second place. Quartararo sits in second place. Jack Miller looks good. Cal Crutchlow comes through the bomber. Cal got in there, I wonder. Maverick Vinales looks at the inside of Morbidelli, doesn't get it out of sorts on the warm-up lap. But right, Quartararo track. Quartararo's teammates about to come through on Crutchlow. Crutchlow just had him up the inside of 21. Crutchlow. Oh, Jack Miller, there was a cigarette paper but done to him. Back to 4th. Quartararo in the end settles in 2nd place. Jack Miller in 3rd place. Just about gets underneath Morbidelli. Morbidelli rumps him. Really looking good.
The whole paddock know Marquez has got some speed and he's going to try and...
The 0-4 of Dovisiozo. Dovi's making his move. Then the seat a little bit there. Big twitch from the 43 bike. It's the 0-4 of Dovisiozo behind him. So Jack Miller is the fastest Ducati at the... It is still Cal Crutchlow that's hanging in 6th place. Is he just? Yes. Now the power of Ducati, it used to be a big advantage around this racetrack. It hasn't been 17. Last year Marc Marquez won from Cal and Alex Rins. What's it going to be as well with Morbidelli actually praising his teammate for upping everyone else's game? You don't hear that from a professional man.
Marquez has got the speed, but so has Fabio. What's happening, I think, is just trying too hard now. The problem is...
What we saw in Thailand was that on paper had 0.3 of a second per lap. Same kind of advantage Marquez has on paper when we've looked through free practice. Aro was able to negate that. Will he be able to get near him this week? I don't think so. Morbidelli, as is Marquez on him.
What? This is...
You say tight, let me out the seat. See, and that'll be like to the feet of Jack Miller. You know, Jack Miller's going to come straight back at him.
Yeah, Miller's fault. The bike sort of naturally backed in towards him. It was just a racing. Miller lost the front into there then.
Back into 3rd place. Morbidelli 40.
Well, they could do slightly defensive, carry them to these strong points and try and work on that lead. In fact, across the line though.
Ducati's just breezed past on that straight. I've got to say that's, we were so on in the past, but he can't even get alongside the Yamaha at the moment. Oh, here he goes on the...
They lost, I think. They've got that many wings on that thing.
Holding them back like a brick.
That's what we're seeing. So you've ended up with all the power, but the bike doesn't turn too well. So you've ended up where you've gained nothing. You've no real... After the Valencia race, Ducati are bringing out an all-new bike.
Can't wait. This one looks like a spaceship. 5.9, 145.8 for Quartararo. So yeah. It's almost like he didn't last time around. Let's see if he can manage that. He does have that pace. Tyre choice has been a major thing. It's evenly split, really, rear tyre-wise, between soft and mediums.
Yeah.
Technical gap.
Yeah, that's a fair point. In Quattro rear. So
and the Ducatis have as well. And once the temperature is up, so far, they haven't really had a run at it.
1.2, 2 laps to go.
Unbelievable. Doing it on your own when you're out there, but in qualifying or in free lap, that Quartararo...
And my money's been on Quartararo, and I've got off this weekend like he's gained. He desperately wants to break Marquez and get that everything he's got at it.
My thoughts are being smaller from the man behind. You start having to up the game. Marc Marquez, he'll look at that every single lap. He'll look at his own dashboard. He'll know he's doing the time.
He's always been the wonder kid, the superstar. He's the guy who's going to be really interesting to see how this man handles it.
Well, the man in front, garage full of them. He's won them every year, I think, for the best point. Personnel everywhere here, they want to see a Honda win, so that'll add. Redmond's here, you're free, he's at trackside as well, so some pressure on riders when they're doing all that kind of...
Next lap, I think he saw that the time had come down on his pivot.
45.7 Marquez did, fastest lap I suppose, if you look where poor Jorge is at the moment, his personal best, and Carol Abraham on an old Ducati. Lorenzo, we're all still willing him. Someone's out the front, like difficult to point the finger anywhere except at the rider. Out of the best riders, they need to find the right car. He did in the end. Whether he will be able to do that on the Honda, I feel confident.
No, I think
it'll be tricky.
You've hit the nail on the head there. That's exactly. It was 5 years ago, and Lorenzo was all for him to climb out of it.
That's the point.
If he stays on the Honda, he's not going to climb out of it. I thought previously in other commentary, it has to come to an end at the end of this season for both.
Across the line, still 3rd. Morbidelli 4th. Dovisiozo 5th. Spargo on the KTM is 11th. Valentino Rossi. Callio.
You've seen it. It is. And we've mentioned this before, but it's a shame. Valentino Rossi now he's Signales. You've got Fair in it as well, and then you've got the young guns up here who's having a great battle on there in 9th.
Well, Morbidelli's 24th. The man on another behind him. Those two, but it's still significant bikes.
Incredible.
Something's not right.
Incredible.
Here, there's more Welton factories here than I've ever seen. Quartararo, 46.10 for Quartararo. Jack Miller.
Turn 8, was it? Honestly, it was a lot. What
I mean about proper MotoGP racer. He's able to work out what rated he must be. We talked about Rossi a moment ago. The championship a couple of years, and last year, completely negative.
Well, the problem is he's still second in the championship, but he's at weekend and then in 7th the weekend after.
Second place here in 2016.
Oh, one lap Marquez will be faster. The next lap Quartararo.
The non-turning Ducati versus the turning Yamaha.
Exactly, and what you do, you try and...
He's gone down. Aprilia out. That's the bottom of the hill at gravel there.
Because there's not actually enough runoff to be total gravel in there.
Kato-san giving us the pictures. Meant to be rising surely above the 130 mark that we've seen.
About it, and we're convinced
that from Dovi's rear wheel into the face of his heart rate. Life away. So
the world has gone
fine with it.
But no, it's obviously
that says the laws nowadays are too late.
But again, look how the bar
turns straight underneath him, but he'll squirt that. He's going to be the wrong side of things. I think looking at the inside again doesn't do it well.
That is turn, so he has to try and make his lap time in the braking zone.
To make that turn, to make that work, he's got to change the engine. It's got to be changed. It's been the motor. Its own characteristic.
They've tried everything.
And here's Morbidelli, Jack Miller then, Tiitis, and Morbidelli, Miller, Dovisiozo. Tag International Circuit bikes are second and third every year. It's going to be got their bikes. John McPhee, of course, a winner for the Sepang International.
Watching on BT Sport.
That's the way. Dovi up the inside of Jack Miller. What? He has got some braking.
You can't believe how late he's just got a real unique technique that when he gets into the braking zone, tries to pivot around the front.
At the end of the day, those mediums that Marquez a bit different, but Marquez has gone with the running mediums.
Sorts of laps.
Well, Marquez did a whole raft of 46 middle, according to our data from this morning in warm-up. He should be, but he keeps the pressure is still there. What a time! There it is, plus 3.7 back to and O'Hara.
And like I say, he gained so much time. It's that downhill braking, which will turning ability of the downhill braking zone like that, where all that weight's...
All the other Yamahas have tried stiffer springs, but of course that means Lee talk to you about the way that Cal's trying to handle it like chatter. It is like the motorbike. But Suzuki in the final 3 corners, we watched it yesterday. The Suzuki turns on the right behind it is 1.5 yards, 2 yards offline. The chassis within the setup, within the engine.
Yeah, when what you could see to mark up.
Wonder what this one's doing. I haven't had a good look at that. It starts to grain up a little bit.
It's not too bad.
I think maybe that he powered it out of the corner because it's got this in the bag, barring a mistake. A tenth or two every lap. I mean, 46 start line time then. 24 laps in process here. But again, liberty take.
Enabled Miller just to weasel up the inside. And if anyone's a weasel,
there's Miller. Smiling that wide as well. Maverick Vinales too.
Great shot of these MotoGP bikes spinning it up on the exit.
Motoring.
I've got to do a shout out for Sylvain Guintoli, who was second in one of the fair play. I think he's 37 years old. If you finish in a... Yeah, look at the gap now. Yeah, it's snapped, doesn't it? It's stretching.
I mean, Quattro at this point, and that's the thing about him, but he's intelligent 20. And he'll be thinking to himself, I'll do here.
And and I'm not saying, what Keith's saying there is he's not going to give up turning at Phillip Island.
And Motegi, my mouth's getting tired, that's a change.
Twin time.
It'll be humid. Mind you, it was 80 degrees. Now then, Maverick Vinales, Morbidelli, Franco Morbidelli in third place, a podium. You know that the two have to work hard to beat Dovisiozo, who uses that Ducati where it's great. Marc Marquez still leads from Fabio Quartararo, over the line. We've got 10 laps to go.
Yeah, just makes a big V of it, doesn't it? Because he can't carry that. Like I said earlier, gain a bit of straight.
Still Cal Crutchlow in front of Cal Crutchlow. Crutchlow slipped at Agro on the KTM, has gone behind here in 13th. Miguel Oliveira 14th, a lace into the top 15. Taka Nakagami bravely continues. Be immobilised. That arm will be immobilised for a month.
Keith, I'm a bit. As you can imagine, after a month when you go and see your gauges off in the strapping, you can imagine what you say. Can you imagine what Nakagami watched him drop down, like you say?
These braking areas, it's just going to run off to the hospital to have that operation done after this one. Zarco on a GP bike. Marquez is, Maverick Vinales is. Maverick passes him on the cutback. Well, into it, that's real maturity.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing we've learnt about Maverick Vinales, better than everybody's. And that's
load goes down, he seems to get to it. Well, that's we picked he was absolutely pin sharp correct, because Morbidelli couldn't get it stopped, because he's looking now. You only said that. Maverick's on front soft rear for Maverick Vinales. This guy in half a second now, the gap per lap.
So look at his bike compared to Cal's, bouncing and hopping across the track.
I don't think we can see. I think I'd rather see it more like real time, but.
Well, yeah. With setting up. Well,
I mean,
that's the number one question people have been asking for 7 years.
Cal has looked at close to aggressive on a motorbike like Marc Marquez. He rides a bike, or as similar as you can, smooth, almost 250 racing, which is the bit that worries me about Johan Zarco coming rival of Jorge Lorenzo. Johan Zarco.
Yeah, you feel like Zarco in Phillip Island lapping front ender, and there's not a worse track to go to. So you've got basically an understanding of what the motorcycle's doing.
Neil, if he had
prediction, where do you think he'll finish in FP1?
I've got to say. Last time around, we've got 6 and a bit laps left to go. 2.6 now. Marquez back to Quartararo. Vinales wants to put it. Got to say,
the only is that last section, the last sector down. So you've
got the Yamaha and Assen when
Yeah, that was.
It was Lorenzo. Actually.
That was it.
Yeah, it was,
Then I'm recovered from that one, but that's another story.
Oh, he's coming down into 11.
Down, but like you say, it's enough.
Early in the lap, and just make that way out front. Marquez, 2.6 it was last round. Who's controlling this race? Marquez. Now then, hop, skip, jump. His speed if he can. Seamless gear, but he's got to make the pass. So Dovi then, just enough of it where the Yamaha is, and just get that gap on Dovi. If he's last lap down into turn 11, you can be sure he's to go. Way at the front. This is the battle for third place. All lifted lane that is here at Motegi. Over the hill to get it all stopped and turned in, still dropping away. Now we start to last circuit through 13 on to 14 now. Victory calls to the line. If Maverick's in there, because the breaking point is right on the line. Riders miss out on turn 1.
Tell you what, these boys, these two are so about
proper fight.
Exactly. I don't think they're going to catch him, by the way, but it's 4.5 laps to go now.
Joan Mir has got in front of Miller now. Miller has sunk to 9. In a minute, Maverick's going to send one straight up the inside. It's coming.
Is he going to wait to the last lap to keep that?
Well, we've seen what Dovi's like react. He just blasts away. Oh, hasn't really got any answer into this braking. Really a braking opportunity for the a passing opportunity for the Yamaha.
Turn 12-13.
Dovi came out on top. There is Marquez. There is Quartararo, and that battled last time around. They are closing. Not sure there's enough time. 20 of 24. It's all very interesting, but I'd rather see how it's a disastrous weekend for Valentino. Here's Maverick Vinales, his team. Now then, Maverick Vinales. Not going to do it round the outside.
Dovi. It's stable on the brakes, and then he presses the turbo button when he gets.
Suzuki Motor Company president Toshihiro Suzuki, slow in front of Rins. He's got work. Chuck him a bone and he'll chew through him at that third place. Here's Quartararo, second place. More with the second place, Quartararo, but it's down to what? 2 points. Don't you just love them?
This is all fabulous.
And that's Suzuki. Cal Crutchloh's got an animal under him. Got a little beauty. Tightish. You've got to let Cal know you're there.
Take a bit of this, that.
Mir is the man on 36, so it drops to 10th. Wow. Dovi surely can't, surely not. 0.3 still, it stays stable. 1.4 now. Taken 6/10 out of that. But Dovisiozo, Dovi leaking his way up. He did it, what, in Misano, was it? He been so determined. The quiet man of determination.
Incredible, yeah, it was back in Aragon, wasn't he? And he's just set his fastest lap of the race.
Wow, that is Oh, that's been a nice little point out from Colin Edwards here. It really is. Marquez goes through. Sitting second place down. There's the.
Has to keep it clean as Quartararo.
When you see your board, one moment you know you're being chased. This is going to be down to proper race for the Motegi, and Dovi's been involved in it before here at Motegi. Over the line then, last lap time. Fastly not. It's a 0.8 of a second gap now. If he can take that.
What's interesting is Mark's really backed off at the front as well. And well, look.
His first pole ever here at Motegi. Marquez take the win. This is finally filling out current racetracks that we're on, finally ticking the Vauxhall Grand Prix of Japan to the wire, but I think it's going to finish as is, closing it down every single corner now, every break.
Too late.
Last couple of corners we've got, we'll win here for sure. Dovisiozo has turned 13 and to take victory here at the Twin Ring Motegi. Dovisiozo, Maverick Vinales comes across the line in 4th place. What a finishing lap from Crutchlow. He pinches it from Mordelli to Jack Miller. Cal Crutchlow, determination. That bike didn't look like a boy. Cal Crutchlow, 5th. So, Fabio Quartararo, but that is now confirmed.
But that was the #1 goal at the start of the year.
Yeah. The man that we thought was going to do the business in the Sepang International Circuit. Quartararo.
On the Suzuki.
So, Quartararo, independent teams in Parc Ferme as well, of course. Got to remember that Quartararo is on an independent team bike, and Valentino Rossi, 11th place.
Yeah, 11th place. I can't what's happening there. It is literally
It's gone worse for him. Honda, there you go, doesn't get much bigger than that. Takahiro Hachiko. Going to be tricky for him to get that stuff. So when it comes to fuel, so the Constructors' Championship as well, because we're more than 75 leading this, and now Honda have this championship on Honda's home territory by Honda's to Takahashi.
Oh, here we go. This is the last lap.
Wow, Morbidelli's going to be sick about that.
Just a little bit of movement.
Razvan Razali on the right hand side, and in the middle. Yeah, they can hardly believe that. Yamaha podium in 4 years. All right, first Yamaha on a podium in 4 years.
Fabio's laughing at.
Man celebrates. Wow. Humidity's been high. A lot of boys going for it, boys and girls, I should say, going for it.